Hello, I am Borelli. I'll be a student nurse with self-assessment today. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
That's good. Is there any reason that you're here for your health assessment today?
I just sort of came for a general checkup, but I also have a really bad chesty cough that I want to get to the bottom to.
Yeah. And is it okay if I record down this information?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Just before we start, I'd just like to check some of your details with you.
Yeah.
So your full name is?
Bruce O'Grady.
Bruce O'Grady, yeah. And your date of birth?
It's 14th of May, 1953.
Yep. And your address?
47 Leafy Avenue, Broadsfields, 2173.
47 Leafy Avenue, Broadfields, 2173?
Yes.
Yep, no worries. And just before we begin, are you allergic to anything?
Yeah, I'm allergic to surgical tape.
Surgical tape, yep. And how would you be like to refer to today?
Bruce is fine.
Bruce is fine, no worries. Now, may I ask about how your marital status is? Are you single, divorced?
I'm still married, but I'm separated from my wife.
Yeah, and is that okay? Are you coping all right with that?
Yeah, that's fine. She's moved away recently, which has been easier for me.
That's good to hear, Bruce. And I can see here in your notes that your daughter-in-law actually passed away. I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Thank you.
How are you coping with that? Is that everything okay with it?
Yeah, that's fine. I have a son that lives close by, so he's sort of supporting me, so I'm fine with everything.
Yeah. And would you say that the whole situation has caused a bit of stress?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah. So we can discuss a bit later on ways that you can improve that stress and find coping strategies for that stress. Would that be interesting?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, no worries. Now, I can see here that you identify as an Aboriginal Australian. That's very interesting. Would you like to elaborate a bit on that?
Well, I am Aboriginal, and I love being Aboriginal. I'm very in touch with my nature, and I love my surroundings. I love going to my groups, and I'm very
that's
proud
great to
of it.
hear.
Yeah.
Now, do you still see your Aboriginal family? Obviously, you've moved away from them. But do you still go and see
I do
them?
still go up on Wagga Wagga and see them, and I take my grandchildren with them, and I'm planning to take my new grandchild's son in January.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
That's great to hear, Bruce.
Yeah.
And you said that your son lives near you. Is that good?
Yes.
Is that a good support system for you?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And you're a good support system to him, obviously, with his loss, which is
Yeah.
fantastic to hear. I can see that you're very family orientated.
Yeah.
Now, I can see here from your observations that your blood pressure and your respiration rate are actually a bit high. So I'd just like to get to the bottom of that and see what's causing those things to be a bit abnormal.
Okay.
So may I ask about your eating habits? So, like, what would you eat on a regular day?
So I usually skip breakfast in the morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For lunch, I'm in a rush, so I usually just get pizza for lunch, and then for dinner, I'll probably just have KFC or McDonald's.
Yeah, so actually missing breakfast is actually not that great. It's a really important meal to have in a day, and it actually gives you energy and gets you excited for the day, which is really good. And as you were saying before, you want ways to improve your health, and skipping breakfast is not improving your health. And also having those fatty foods that are cooked in saturated fats like McDonald's and KFC is actually not helping your health either, and it could be a reason as to why your blood pressure is so high, because you're not having any good nutrients or good fibres. So what I would suggest is, in the morning, if you're in a rush, I understand that it's always hard to do that, but if you just get a banana or something and just take it on the go with you, and you can just have it on your way when you're out and everything, so that will just give you the nutrients for the start of the day. Yeah. And also, a lot of takeaway foods now have that option for a salad menu. So instead of ordering just something that's cooked in saturated fats, you can look on the board and see if there's any healthier options that have vegetables or something. Yeah. And that could be a great way to improve your health there. And also, if you said, do you cook at all? Or?
No, I'm pretty hopeless in the kitchen, so I don't really cook for myself.
Yeah, so that's fine. So instead of cooking nowadays that in the supermarkets you can buy pre-cooked frozen meals.
Oh, okay.
And they have a lot of, like, you can get vegetables, and will have the fibres in there as well to help you.
Would you
be interested in that?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I'll just write that down. I can also refer you to a dietitian if you have any more questions as well.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
No worries. And may I ask how much alcohol you consume on a regular day?
I usually have 6 to 10 standard drinks a night.
6 to 10, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually recommended we have 2 standard drinks a night.
Okay.
So obviously you're a bit over that. But ways in which you can reduce it, if you feel like you always need that many, you can just have a glass of water next to you, and then instead of having wine or beer or whatever alcohol you drink, and feeling thirsty and having more of that, have a sip of water, have a glass of water, and it may reduce your need to have more.
Okay.
So would you be interested in trying
Yes.
that? Yeah. And may I ask, are you a smoker?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many cigarettes would you say you smoke in a day?
Usually about 30 cigarettes a day.
30 cigarettes a day. Wow. Okay. So cigarettes actually have a big impact on our health, as it can impact our lungs and cause lung cancer eventually if you keep it up. And 30 cigarettes is quite a bit to have, especially in just one day. So ways in which you can reduce it, I can recommend you to quitline.com, and also you can give them a call and they can tell you different ways in which you can try and reduce the amount of cigarettes you smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, as I said, your respiration rate is high, and that could be because of the amount of cigarettes you're having, that you're not being able to breathe as much because your lungs are filled with all the cigarette smoke and all that. And this could be another reason as to why you have that chesty cough. Yeah, so I'll recommend you to quitline.com. I'll give you that information at the end as well, so you can try and find new ways to reduce the amount of cigarettes you have.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's all right. Now, do you say you do a lot of exercise, or do you exercise regularly?
I usually go for afternoon walks with my children, and during the summertime I go to the local swimming pool and just have a swim.
Oh, that's really great to hear. So you go with local walks with your children, or
my grandchildren?
Your grandchildren, yeah. And would you say they're just like, they're not like a brisk walk? It's just sort of just like you're just sort of
just
walking,
a stroll.
Just a stroll.
Stroll.
So the recommended amount of exercise you should do in about a week is 2.5 hours of actual physical exertion. So you should try and increase the amount of exercise you do, and even if you still take your grandkids, you can maybe go for a run or a brisk walk with them, or like you said, you do swimming, which is great, and you can do that. Also, if you want to do an indoor pool, you can do that during the winter as well.
Okay.
And that also, exercise will also help improve the stress you experience from the loss of your daughter-in-law as well.
Okay.
And when you go in summertime, actually, I'm just wondering, do you wear sunscreen or sun safety?
No, I usually don't.
You don't?
No.
Is there any reason? Or?
I just don't like wearing sun protection, and I just don't really think about it. So.
Yeah. So, do you ever get burnt, or do you?
Well, when I go fishing, no, not really, so that's why I don't really wear it.
Well, see, we should always wear sun protection even if you aren't getting burnt.
Okay.
So what you should do is you just put sunscreen on all exposed skin, put a hat on, put some sunglasses on, and it will really prevent your risk of getting melanoma, because sun exposure in the UV rays, especially in Australia, is so strong, and they can especially just cause skin cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely consider that.
Yeah, and also because you're with your grandchildren, do you go fishing with your grandchildren?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So it'll be a great role model to them to show them the importance of sun safety and how to reduce the risk of getting melanoma.
No worries. I'll definitely be wearing sunscreen from now on.
Good job. Thanks, Bruce. And would you consider yourself a religious person, Bruce?
Yes, I do. I do go to the local Baptist church.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am a bit religious.
Yeah, no worries. And what would you do in your free time?
Usually I take my grandchildren to the local Aboriginal youth program on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that.
Yeah, that's really great, Bruce. It's great to see that you're trying to get your grandchildren in touch with your heritage and your culture as well, and getting them in touch with it.
Yeah.
So, just a quick question. Would you be interested, so that's it for today, would you be interested in having a follow-up checkup to see how you're going and see if you're having improvement in your health?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
I can also refer you to a dietitian as well for your nutrition status, and I'll also give you the information on quitline.com as well.
Perfect.
Would that be
yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your time today, Bruce. You've been really helpful.
Thank you. You too.